Welcome to Make a Path Presents. My name's Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk Better Call Saul, Season 2, Episode 5. Alright, I'm still in the same boat. I could care less what's going on with Jimmy's job. Listen, I like the acting. I really enjoy every little crinkle of, what's his name? Chuck's suit. Jimmy's brother. Every little crinkle of his suit when he's talking about his father. I enjoy a lot of what's going on in Better Call Saul. But it's his job. It's the lack of tension there. I don't give a shit if he loses the job. I mean, Jimmy clearly doesn't even care at this point. And then they put his little babysitter on him, and she's aggravating him. And I know that might be the comic relief, but it's just not hitting with me at all. So let's skip him. We'll come back and let's talk about Mike real quick. The highlight of this episode, and this is pretty sad, even though I thought it was an okay episode, there was a couple parts that just really got under my skin. But the highlight of the episode was when they had the little bell ding, and the guy who would later use the bell to communicate comes walking into the restaurant. I was like, mic drop, game over. Love that little bit right there. That's it for me. And one thing that did irritate me, which could be debatable, is when he sits down and he tells Mike, hey, listen, take the fall for the gun. Take that rap. And whoop-de-whoop, my nephew doesn't have to go to prison. You can handle that. You're an ex-cop. They'll go easy on you. And I need to know. And he walks out. Now, my problem is Mike covers all his bases all the time. He is a pro. How did he not know this was going to come? You know, his official name, his government name, his information is out there. You know what I'm saying? It's out there. It's attached to this. Everyone knows. Anyone who needs to look at that information, they know he was assaulted and they know what popped off. So how did Mike overlook that fact? I mean, that's just common sense. Now, the reason I say it's debatable is the fact that I guess Mike just figured it was something that would blow over. People would just be like, okay, he's an ass. Or they probably figured there's nothing Mike could do, which is a total mistake, you know? And he's sitting at the table when the guy gets up and walks away, and Mike gives that look like, damn it, like I screwed up. That was so stupid. So he does, in my opinion, or he could be mad at the other guy, which if that's the case, I don't like it. But if he's mad at himself, that fits perfectly because that's such a, especially for Mike, such a stupid thing to leave out there. Stupid mistake. It would have been easier to just kill him and then have Nacho killed afterwards if he needed to cover his tracks. And I know that's not Mike's style right now. It will get there, and maybe this is the stupid mistake that gets, you know, Mike to that point where he's whacking people. Because if Mike is put in this box where he's forced to do something drastic and that puts him in Gus's pocket and working for Gus, that makes Mike's story down the line make a lot of sense. So I'm loving that. Mike is becoming the most important or the most interesting aspects of Better Call Saul. I find myself looking forward to Mike and not Saul at all. I kind of feel like when I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go into the show right now. Like if I'm going to watch the next episode, I want to know what's happening to Mike, and then I'm just going to wait for the time where Saul's story becomes interesting with Mike's. Now, back to Saul's story, I know they were trying to really show us what Kim's going through, working down in Doc Review, and I don't care. I do not care. When they were showing that whole montage, well, here's the thing. I like Kim, and I think this episode really did a lot for Kim. It opened her up, it showed her struggle and her fight, and the audience really feels for her once she does this. She gets this really big firm, and she links up with them and gets them as clients, and then the dude is like, oh no, I'm giving that to someone else. You go back down in Doc Review because you're being punished. He didn't say that, but that's the point. And you feel for her. You're like, oh, what a dick. And like, that sucks. However, it was the montages before that. I don't think we needed all of them. It was literally like an entire song where it was her calling numbers and pulling them down, walking, smoking in the rain, and all this other shit. And it just did not need to be there, in my opinion. When she was on the stairway with the glass hanging up the post-it notes, I was feeling her pain already. And then we came back from commercial and we did a whole nother montage where she was calling, and then she scored it right away at the end of the montage. And I just felt like it just drug on and on. I felt myself being like, dear God, please let this be over soon. We get it. She's struggling. That was the biggest moment in this episode that just irritated the piss out of me. But yes, it did open up the audience, especially me. I look at her different. I mean, before it was just like, okay, that's, Jimmy's friend and girlfriend, whatever. But now she's becoming like her own character where we can care about her. However, everything going on in that law firm, I don't give a shit about any of it. And I need to be honest with you guys when I'm talking about this. I can't just come out here and I can't make these reviews and be like, yeah, I liked it, it was good, this happened, and I just need to be honest, even if it's negative. So I'm still loving Mike's story. I wish we get more of Mike, but I still, right now, do not care at all about the law firm. I don't care what's going on there. I mean, I like Chuck as a character. I've liked him from season 1, but I don't give a shit what's going on with his law firm either. His part in the law firm, I like the character, I like the actor, I like what he's bringing. A lot, in fact. If they would change it up, I'd be happy with that. But, change up what's going on with him. But him and the character and everything, just like even the Howard guy, the dickhead, even his boss. But it's an element that's missing out of that whole lawyer situation. Again, there's something that's missing. And, before I talked about setting up the story and other shows setting it up perfect and what do the characters want, like what does Jimmy want? And now I'm starting to think that it's not just that, it's a combination of, what do they want and tension. There's no tension at all. Again, Jimmy doesn't give a shit about his job, so why should I be nervous at all watching him come close to losing his job? If he was hanging by a thread at his job and he's about to screw up, I'm literally just watching it like, well, are you going to screw up or what? With a normal show or with a different show that would have you, caring for that character and not screwing up something, you would be like, oh man, make the right choice, don't screw up, oh, don't get caught. With Jimmy, it's just like, play this out, bud, let's see where this goes, but get somewhere interesting fast, because I'm losing interest. But Mike, I will come back for Mike. Jimmy's story I'm losing interest in fast. Please leave your thoughts and opinions. Sorry it's so negative lately. Well, it's not negative. I don't hate it. I like the acting. I like the story. I like the writing and the dialogue. I like a lot of it. I am just not finding much of it interesting in the lawyer aspect. Alright, thoughts and opinions about this episode down in that comment box. I'm done hating on it. It's your turn. Subscribe now.